What if I told you that one of the most iconic beat-em-ups of all time was inspired by kung fu movies, street gangs, and technical limitations that accidentally created gaming history? Today on Classic Pixel Gaming, we're diving deep into Double Dragon, its history, development, hidden secrets, and the lesser-known facts that helped turn this NES classic into a pop culture phenomenon. Before it ever hit the NES, Double Dragon began life in arcades in 1987, developed by Technōs Japan. The game was directed by Yoshihisa Kishimoto, who wanted to create a side-scrolling beat-em-up that felt cinematic, like a playable martial arts movie. Inspired by films such as Enter the Dragon and Mad Max, Double Dragon introduced something revolutionary at the time: co-op gameplay with friendly fire. That final twist, forcing players to fight each other at the end, wasn't just dramatic, it was intentional. Kishimoto wanted to test players' skills one last time, against their own brother, literally. When Double Dragon came to the Nintendo Entertainment System in 1988, it wasn't a simple port. The NES version was handled by Technōs internally, and due to hardware limits, several changes were made, including only single-player mode, which meant no co-op, reduced enemy sprites, and simplified animations. But here's the wild part. The NES version introduced new moves not found in the arcade original, including the now iconic spinning kick and jump kick, moves that would go on to define the series. In many ways, the NES version wasn't inferior. It was different, and arguably more influential. Here's where things get juicy: the level-up system. Unlike most beat-em-ups, Double Dragon lets Billy gain new abilities as you progress, something closer to an RPG mechanic than an arcade brawler. The final boss twist. The infamous fight against Jimmy Lee wasn't just shock value. The game's story implies that Jimmy and Billy are rivals not just in love, but ideology. Title screen cheat. Holding A plus B while pressing start allows you to select your starting stage, a feature added for debugging that accidentally shipped in retail copies. Billy's design. Billy Lee's look, sleeveless vest, headband, boots, was deliberately designed to mirror 80s action heroes, making him instantly recognizable even in 8-bit form. Double Dragon wasn't a one-hit wonder for Technōs Japan. The studio created several legendary titles, including River City Ransom, a beat-em-up with RPG mechanics, Super Dodgeball, a chaotic sports action game, and Renegade, the blueprint for Double Dragon. These games shared DNA: gritty urban settings, exaggerated combat, and a focus on personality over realism. The success of Double Dragon sparked multiple sequels, spin-offs, a cartoon series, and a live-action movie in the 1990s. More importantly, it helped define the beat-em-up genre, influencing everything from Final Fight to Streets of Rage. And despite its limitations, the NES version remains one of the most beloved interpretations of the game, proof that creativity can thrive even under constraints. So whether you grew up mastering the spin kick or discovering hidden cheats years later, Double Dragon is more than just a game. It's a cornerstone of retro gaming history. If you enjoyed this deep dive, hit like, subscribe to Classic Pixel Gaming, and let us know in the comments: did you ever beat Jimmy Lee?